This is a realistic view of a typical year in our lives that we can use to estimate what this cost of living shift is going to look like for us. Hello out there, and welcome to the Danny
And Rihanna show. This is Danny Pena, Rihanna's husband.
And this is Rihanna Manuel Pena, Danny's wife. And before we even get into it today, we are almost at 800 subs on YouTube. Round of applause. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. It means the world to us. As you know, this show has gone through a couple evolutions already, and we're just so excited to share this journey of moving out of the country, keeping our business in the US, and figuring out all the pieces in between with all of you. And we couldn't be happier that you're along for the ride. Danny, what does it feel like to have this many subs, getting closer and closer to our move date?
Yeah, this is good. So the past month or so, I believe we got like close to like 100 new subscribers. So thanks everyone for joining to our YouTube channel, and also listeners that have been checking us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah, it feels good to see new people discovering us. You know, that a lot of people have been asking also quite more questions for us to have another episode, Q&A episode. I think that was a lot of fun during the last episode. And yes, we're getting closer to our move date. So that's really cool. Closer and closer, not officially close, but close enough. But I'm very excited for us to do that. And also, a lot of people don't know this, but we're going to be visiting Dominican Republic during the summer. It's like a quick little trip, but
very special occasion.
Yes, hopefully we'll pass by to our land, because look, when there's no construction yet, that's going to take some time. But I'd love to go there and just feel the vibe. You know, it's gonna feel good.
It is. It certainly is. So thank you again. Please keep sharing the content. Please keep interacting. As Danny mentioned, we will be looking at doing another comments episode soon. So keep the questions coming. We really love seeing what you guys are interested in. And today we have a very revealing episode in store for you. So I actually posted a poll in place of our episode last week because we had to take a week off. There's some things going on. And I asked, what do you spend the most money on? And in preparation for this week, basically between, oh gosh, I can't see it. Between, here it is, groceries, dining out, Amazon/shopping, and clothes, the overwhelming majority, 90% said groceries. And we had 10% at dining out. So, okay, I get it. We've been at that place too. Maybe when we didn't have a little one, we went out a lot more to eat. But groceries, yeah. Danny, what do you feel like? What do you feel like that says if everybody is spending so much money on just eating, just surviving, doing the bare necessities right now?
Yeah, it's interesting because look, we love to eat outside, we love to order, but you know, with everything that's going on now with the economy, people are just like, hey, we're just gonna do this at home. We'll go and buy stuff at the grocery. We'll have groceries. We buy it at the supermarket and so on. And yeah, we'll just cook it ourselves. I think that's the best way to save money. I know there's only 10% put dining out. Look, it feels good to go out, have a little date night, you know, but it's just getting expensive, you know. So we have to choose. We have to choose now more than ever to save money.
Absolutely. And on our personal list, hobbyist stuff is up there for sure, as Danny and I are both gamers. But we do it for work, so it's almost kind of something we could write off depending on what it is. So we talk about that a lot more on Danny's show, Gamertag Radio. If you're interested in hearing more about that stuff, go ahead and tune into that podcast. You can find it everywhere. But we're going to get a little deeper into our household finances today. And when I say deeper, I mean, you guys, I'm going to show you everything we spend money on in a year. It's going to get personal.
All right, so I have to say this. We every week we always talk about like, hey, what we should talk about, and Rihanna came up with this idea, and I think it is important to have this conversation because we're moving to Punta Cana in the future, and it's good to talk about the difference. Because look, Punta Cana is not cheap either. I'm not saying that it's like we're gonna go over there and with $1,000 we're good for the whole month. No, 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 no.
Absolutely not.
It's a lot of, and look, it all depends on your lifestyle too. So we're going to compare what is it that we do here in the United States in Los Angeles, which is one of the most expensive cities in the United States. There's other ones too, but it's up there. Now moving to Punta Cana, we're going to compare the both based on our research and based on other creators and people that we know that have been giving us details about how much certain things in DR. Now it's not 100% accurate. 100%, it might change by the time we're moving over there, but at least we have an idea compared to the prices, the stuff that we pay here in the United States compared to over there. Just want to bring that up very quickly.
Exactly. And we'll explain where we got our estimates from as we go through line by line, y'all, of everything we spend as a household. But what I can tell you about our spending data, just so we can cover that really quickly, this is exactly from our budgeting software. So we use something called YNAB, YNAB, You Need a Budget, to track every single expense that comes out of all of our bank accounts. So these are exact to the penny amounts, averages of what we spend in each category in a calendar year. So I extracted or exported all of the data from July 2024 to July 2025 and averaged it out per month to see what we spend as a household on every single one of these subcategories. And then we used all of our research available to us to estimate what it would be living in Punta Cana in the neighborhood we're in, going to the stores we're going to be going to, the school district, the household help we'll have available to us. All of these different categories, we priced them out to see would it really save us money to leave LA and go to Punta Cana. So it may not be the same comparison depending on where you live or depending on where you plan to go. Now, we've had some questions about like cost of living and could you just move somewhere else in California or Los Angeles? We'll get to that in another episode. But this is the comparison we have done for our current plan, leaving Los Angeles, moving to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So, Danny, are we ready to reveal the spreadsheet?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. Because seeing it is a lot of stress, but
it's a lot of stress, and it's very revealing, right? Like we know we spend money to live, and I don't feel any shame in what we've done. We do what we have to do. We do what we want to do. And we're making adjustments. Even now, these numbers look a little bit different than they were 2024 to 2025. However, this is a realistic view of a typical year in our lives that we can use to estimate what this cost of living shift is going to look like for us. So I'm going to go ahead and share this window. And if you're listening, don't worry, we'll explain what we're looking at in our data sheet and tell you everything we're going to spend our money on.
All right.
So here we go. Okay. This is it. We have 28 categories. And each one, we have our, again, monthly average for our US/Los Angeles lifestyle, accompanied with a Punta Cana estimate. And I've also calculated the difference for each line. So starting off at the top, mortgage. This is probably the biggest ticket item for pretty much any household, either your mortgage or your rent, depending on what's going on in your lifestyle. Our mortgage right now is $4,614.11 monthly on average. Obviously, things like our escrow payments go up and down a little bit depending on the tax year, all of that stuff. But this is what we pay monthly to live in this house. Our Punta Cana mortgage estimate is about $3,000, and this is math we have done with our realtor and with the help of some financial planners. So the difference there is negative $1,614.11 monthly.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a dip. I think it's the biggest dip on this list for monthly costs. How do you feel about that, Danny?
I mean, look, saving a couple extra thousands bucks, that's very, very helpful because we could use that for other things. We could use that for schools, for trips, for a lot of things. Or
Yeah,
for us to save money. You know, there's an opportunity for us to save a lot more. And look, is this like 100% accurate? Like where we're gonna have the exact uh amount of money like this where we're going to be saving? No, it's going to change depending on what's happening at that moment for us while we're living in Punta Cana, you know. So but this, I think this is really, really good. Saving a couple thousands a month is very, very helpful for us for sure.
exactly. And we're going to breeze through a couple of these categories, so we're not going to spend so much time on each one.
No. Mm-hmm.
But just a quick note, the mortgage, quote unquote, in Punta Cana will probably be a mix of paying back private loans and mortgage, either in country or loans here in the States. We haven't figured out those details yet because we don't have the final dollar amount yet. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that will be a little bit adjusted for our situation. But that's about what we think our debt payback costs will be for everything involved in the move. Going on to HOA. Our HOA here is just under $100. It's pretty low actually for Los Angeles, and about 200. I think it's currently at 180 and change for our floor plan, but if we make any changes, it might go up or down.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we add any square footage, it would go up. So I estimated about 200, and that is a difference of $100 for electric. Right now, we pay
Mm-hmm.
about 200 a month, and we pay what 2-3 months at a time here, just because we like to stay ahead of it, and we know that it's more expensive in DR. So that
Very
one,
more, very more.
very much more
In Punta Cana, because
in
the power
Punta
doesn't go
Cana.
out.
So
Yeah.
we estimated that to be about 300 a month instead of 2 like it is here. So again, another $100 more down there.
It might be more,
It may
but
be more.
it
That's
might
possible.
be from 300 to 500 and change.
We'll
You know,
see.
it all depends how much AC we use that month because it's hot.
AC versus we got to get some ceiling fans
Yeah.
and get
Uh-huh.
used to the breeze.
Yeah.
A couple other ones here for home and household. Water, it's about $80 here. A little bit cheaper from our estimates there, about 50, difference of $30 less in Punta Cana. Internet, here we pay $126.25 for very fast internet. Through Claro, we found a plan about $60 that has the same speeds that we need, and that is a difference of $66.25 less in Punta Cana. Gardener and pool, we don't have that here. It's included in our HOA for the gardening, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a pool. So add 160 for Punta Cana. That's about $80 for each one, and that's based on a couple of quotes we've gotten from people who are local in the area.
Yep.
So that's another 160, and then we're into the insurance category.
I need to talk about that very quickly. So
Yeah.
we got back from Punta Cana back in December. And that around that time, there was a lot happening in the States with Congress if they were gonna extend healthcare and all this stuff, right? It was going back and forth, and it didn't. It didn't. So everybody's health insurance went up. Everybody from the whole across the board, right? So um, when we got here in January, the beginning of January of this year, we got a letter and it said it increased until like up to $1,800. I was like, whoa. So while we were
Let me give
doing
you an
research,
exact number.
yeah, while we were doing our research about health insurance in Dominican Republic and so on, I found out a couple things where locally, if you just want local healthcare insurance, just local in Dominican Republic for 3 people, it'll be me, Rihanna, and our child. It will be $300 a month, which is very, very cheap. But we travel a lot, so we're going to be traveling over here to the States, most likely to Europe and other countries. You know, so it's good for us to have international insurance. So that's an additional $300, and it's still cheaper than what we're paying here. Now, I believe health insurance in Dominican Republic also include dental. I'm not quite sure because I have to look that up. But our insurance doesn't include dental here. It used to be because it just gonna got more expensive, So we had to like play around with it. But yeah, it is crazy the difference of this one.
It's pretty bad. And we can do a whole episode on health insurance, so I don't want to get too far in the weeds. But
Sure.
right, this is it, not including both of us wear glasses. We both have obviously eye exams, which in the American health system are not included in their health insurance for whatever reason.
Hmm.
It doesn't include any of our dental costs, which, as Danny said, we pay out of pocket right now. So, like, there's a lot of things to consider here. But
Yep.
overall, if we take the bare minimum price without ever going to a doctor, we are at less than a third of the price of what we have here in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Great coverage. It's not even the best coverage or the most expensive coverage, but it's pretty good. And it's $1,813.29 every month versus about $600. So the difference there, $1,213.29 less in our new home. Flowing through the rest of insurance for auto, we are at $513.18. Auto insurance there, we've gotten a quote about $75. Less $438.18 a month for us overall. Life insurance, we'd keep the same policy. It's basically a wash at $250 for both me and Danny together.
Can I?
Home insurance is
Okay.
actually works a little bit different in Dominican Republic. If you get a
Mhm.
mortgage, your home insurance is part of your life insurance there. So
Mhm.
that's a little different. Once again, we can probably do a whole episode on insurance, but basically here we pay $161.29. There we estimated that same equivalent cost to be about $100.
Mhm.
61.29 savings, and then we're into just a couple other ones that are payments we have to make because we can't get away from them, like insurance. The car payment, which right now is $437.32, that car will
Mhm.
be paid off when we leave, so that's zero total savings there. And then entertainment subscriptions, about the same at $45. We have our Hulu, we have our Netflix, and the like. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of Spotify when we move. So we're gonna keep that about the same. And
Mhm.
overall, so far, between those two things, all of the immediate obligations, we're at, oh God, hold on, equals, oop, hold on.
I can edit this part.
I'm doing some quick calculations here. What's the difference here? We got about $3,496.31 savings
Mhm.
per month.
So can I say something very quick?
Yeah.
Auto insurance, I believe is more expensive than that, but again, we'll find out more when we get closer. But
Yeah, we'll figure
so
that out. That's an
mhm.
estimate.
Yeah,
But we're pretty high up there. We're almost at 4K less. So let's keep going.
yeah, yeah.
And like I said, I can speed through some of these because the specifics are really just so personal to your situation. For us, I'm gonna estimate from here on out, not give dollar amounts with exact exact pennies
Mhm.
for true expenses or things that we really have to pay. We can maybe put them off, but not by much. These are healthcare costs. Right here, we pay about $340 a month. Down there, we estimate less, about 50. A lot more things are covered. You don't have to pay out of pocket as often as you do here when you have insurance.
Mhm.
Savings about 280 for baby stuff and childcare. Another big ticket item for most growing families. We're at 1797 or about 1800 a month here. That is a
Mhm.
month.
Yep.
We pay $350 a week for daycare and then other stuff like diapers and wipes and toys and stuff. And then about 300 a month there. That's a savings of about $1,500 a month, which is so big. It's so
Mhm.
much more affordable there. For savings, we're gonna save the same amount. Almost 2 grand a month is what we have committed to saving every month because we love finances. Dining out, we're spending about 200 a month now. We're cut that back by a little bit, 150. We still need a few date nights, right, Danny? I mean, we need
Of
a
course,
couple.
of course. We'll go to Noah, Noah Marine. So
For groceries, we spend about $1,050 a month. We'll probably cut that back to about $700. This is based on our 2 weeks time spent there. And this was even during like the holidays when we were doing a lot of extra stuff. Our grocery bills are just simply lower. And that's a savings about $350. Gifts, things we buy for other people, probably around the same, somewhere between $100 and $150 a month. For things we forget about, I do a pretty decent job of setting up our anticipated budget, so I only miss about $30 a month. But there I added a little more. There's going to be a lot of stuff I don't know about, so I up that to $75 a month. So add some dollars there, about 45.
hmm
Our credit card interest fees, that's just a thing. Let's say $50 a month on average. And paying down our debt. Right now, we pay about $335 a month to pay down any debt that we have, and then I left that around the same 300, just a difference of about $35. So
hmm
altogether, not much difference except for when you look at that healthcare cost and the groceries. Those are the big ones for sure.
hmm
And then the childcare is of course part of that. So let me do a quick calculation of just that category. It's just funny to see.
hmm
If we look at just what we went over as true expenses, oops,
hmm
that's $2,159 savings a month. That's a lot, man. It's so much. It's such a difference, right?
It's big. It's a very huge difference compared to the stuff that we pay here, So like, and
Yeah.
I see, clips and videos of other people saying like, look, DR is not cheap, but I think compared to what we pay here, it is cheap for us. Cheaper, not cheap.
For us, for the lifestyle
The
we're
lifestyle we're using, yeah.
planning on having, yeah, for
And
sure.
there's gonna be some stuff here that is not gonna be monthly. It might be, every 2 months or whatever, So like,
This is a monthly average,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Mhm.
like for example, I know we haven't got there yet, but I know you mentioned about like here parking, gas, and tools. Tolls is different. It's very cheap over there. Gas, I'm planning to import my car. That's EV, so that's the cost of that's going to be different than what it is here. Might be a little bit more, might be less. I don't know. I got to do more research on that. Parking, I haven't really paid much for parking over there, and if we do, it's like rare,
And here it is a legitimate monthly item that you have to
yes,
plan for
yep,
because of what we do and where we go.
yep,
So, yeah.
one
All
hundred
right.
percent.
I'll breeze through this one. Quality of life. This is work stuff at 350-ish. Probably be the same. Hair and beauty, because I do my own hair. Danny does his own hair. I do my own nails. Like we have a lot of those costs. That's somewhere around 300-ish a month. We'll probably be a
Mm-hmm.
little less there.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff for the house, which is legitimate, just like random stuff for the house. Somewhere between 150 and 170 a month, probably about the same, maybe a little less for the again, we're in LA, we have a lot of cost of living tax. And then parking, as Danny mentioned, about 45 here, maybe about 30 there. We're going to be driving to other cities a lot, so we'll a lot for tolls. And altogether, that's almost a wash. That category is a little bit less there, but not by much. And then for the just for fun, which is a category that I've added because we like to go out. We like to go to a movie. We like to go hang out with friends or go to a trivia night, like
Mm-hmm.
or buy a record that's really limited edition. Like there's just little stuff that are for fun that we have to include. I always debate putting clothes in this category because you obviously need clothes, but we buy clothes for fun too. So that's
Mm-hmm.
here. And none of that's really too different. I put about 130 for what we have about 130 in our current monthly budget. And I just put it down to 100 because stuff is cheaper to do there than Los Angeles. Random stuff that we want to buy, kept it around 50. And then clothes, it's about 300 here. I put it down to 200 because it's the same temperature and the weather pretty much year round. We buy a lot of different climate clothes here, which we don't need to do as much once we leave,
Mm-hmm.
Southern California. So again, that's a little bit less, but all in all, not much of a difference. Now,
Now,
if
could I add in some stuff if you don't mind? I think one thing that we haven't posted here is import stuff. So if we go
yeah,
to
that's
the
a good point.
store, if we go to the store and buy, there's gonna be some stuff you're gonna miss, so we're like, let's go to the supermarket and buy, right? Or let's say Rihanna orders stuff through TikTok or Amazon or all these other places, we have to pay taxes and shipment to Dominican Republic. And there's ways how to do that, which we will talk about in a future episode. But and also depends on the cost of the product that we buy. That we have to pay additional taxes also. So it's a little
The cost or the
complicated,
weight. Yeah.
and also the weight and so on. So,
Mhm.
that's something we haven't added in here because we still are doing research on that. We're still trying to learn more about the process and how much it is. So that's
Mhm.
something that is going to cost differently depending on what we order
Yeah,
online.
there's line items here that we don't have, right? And things that we can't anticipate or haven't fully researched. But to give an
Mhm.
apples to apples as close as we can comparison, doing exactly what we do here versus doing exactly what we do there,
Yep.
this is as close as we can get, and it's pretty revealing. So right now, before we add this next line, which if you're watching closely, you might have already spotted, I gave you a quick preview on the video. We're at about, oh, this is embarrassing. Not really. It's not embarrassing. This is just our lives. We're at about $15,462.68 per month on
Mhm.
average for our current life here in LA.
Yep.
Once we did this exercise, it really kind of gave us the clear green flag that we needed to say we got to change this. This is too much for us.
Mhm.
And we want to spend more on saving for the future, for our family. We want to spend more on experiences. Like, this is not how we want to spend our money anymore. So for the same quality of life, with more to save for other things, in Punta Cana, we estimate about $9,595 a month. Still a lot. That's 10 grand a month. That's still high. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination.
Mhm.
But we get what we get here for less. And that's less 5,867 and 68 cents right now. If we add, this is one that I need to include for the future, tuition. We have a kid, she's going to go to private school. If we did that here in Los Angeles, we would be looking at, and this is based on, what is this? The California Private School Review.
Uh-huh.
On average, the tuition cost can be, for elementary, $17,495 per year. That's just the that's just the elementary school average.
Mhm. Mhm.
In Punta Cana, for the school that we plan to send our daughter to, we know it's 8 grand per year in US dollars. So when you average that out per month, that is a difference of almost $800 less.
Yeah.
This takes the difference between our lives here and our lives there, once she's in school, to $6,658.93 less. Now imagine what we could do with $6,658.93 a month
Mhm.
for our future. Like, this is the light bulb for us. This is we have the same quality of life. Lots of things are different,
Mhm.
but this amount of money that we can now use for our future is, at this point, it's not negotiable. Like, I don't accept continuing the way we have now. And it's only going to get more expensive as our kid gets older, right?
Yep. Yep. I mean, look, there's you could take the graphics off when
Yeah.
we're done. Yeah. The thing is too, I've been following a lot of creators that have been also comparing the lifestyle that they have in different parts of the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and they move to other places, not Punta Cana, but they'll move to like Thailand or Europe, the UK or Italy or all these other places, right? And they've been saving a lot more money. Now, there's also people that will work remote from a company here,
Which
or
we will.
they
We work remote for
yeah,
our
we
own
work remote,
company.
but their own company, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's people that also been that got a job being, let's say, a teacher in another country, which the pay is going to be less. But if you compare the same exact bills that for their lifestyle, and he's still going to be saving a lot more money. I don't know what is going on over here in the United States, but it's way too expensive here. Just right now, March 31st or April 1st of 2026, gasoline is expensive over here. It's been increasing all over the place. So
Which increases the cost of everything that gets on a truck. Like, it's not just if
exactly,
you have a car. Yeah.
exactly. So I think personally, I feel really good about us making this move. And there's going to be stuff that right now, when we live over there and we learn more about our daily lives over there, things are going to change where it's probably going to be even cheaper than this or a little bit more expensive than other things. It all depends because now we know how to save more money. You get what I'm saying? So this is
Mhm.
very helpful, honestly. And,
Yeah.
for us and for people that are watching, that are curious about income here and over there, this is like a good thing to learn.
For sure. And again, these estimates for Punta Cana might be way higher than what some of you pay for what you do, depending on where you live.
Hmm.
So understand this is not meant to say that it's going to be better for everyone to go there. It might not be. It's
Hmm.
absolutely something you have to use your own due diligence and scrutiny on. But just to show, people have given us feedback that it's not as cheap as it seems, or it may be, you living in a really luxury area, all of these really great insights. It's like, okay, here's what we do now.
Yep.
It's better than this. So
Hmm.
it's what we have to just kind of impress, that this is the right choice for us. And here's one of the reasons why. But we
Hmm.
could, of course, go to places that are cheaper or less expensive, that you get still really good quality of life other than Punta Cana. But
Hmm.
we want to be in DR. We have a lot of reasons for that. We love that neighborhood. We don't want to be in a big city anymore. There's a lot of things that we have weighed out and we talked about in other episodes, and we'll talk about more in future episodes really soon. And just kind of want to give a little bit of that background, so it's clear that we are doing the research and we have a lot that we want to share in case you're doing the same thing and you want to compare notes. And yes, it is very transparent and revealing to give people our entire budget, but that's us. That's our style. We don't have anything that we feel the need to conceal. And there are
Hmm.
ways to make this budget even lower for what we do right now, which we have. And like I said, this is over almost a year ago's data. So
Hmm.
we are making those adjustments, but long term, it's just not sustainable. So
It's
we got to
not.
make a big change. And this is the change that we decided to make.
Yeah, and I think this is very important too. Like, how can we save money? We want to also retire. We can't be working forever. So like,
Exactly.
there's
Yeah.
conversation. There's really a hard conversation we got to have as a family. Like, hey, how can we make these changes? And I think this is the path. I think is going to help us. This is
Yeah,
definitely the path. Hmm.
for sure. Yeah. And like, just making more money is not a good enough answer. So we're making a big change and we're making more money. So
Yeah,
we're doing
exactly.
we're doing all of the above and stacking our coins. And yeah, we're
Hmm.
really, really excited and really confident
Hmm.
to share all this with you guys.
Also, anything else?
That's it. I feel like I just kind of like laid my whole like closet of I don't say skeletons, but like, yeah, it's just like we just kind of laid it all out there for people. It's like, this is our budget. I literally copy pasted the data and sorted it. So it's
Yeah.
it's uh, it's quite revealing.
Can
And
I have a
I
question about that?
appreciate that. I feel like confident enough in what the work that we have done that
Mhm.
I stand by it. We've done our homework.
I have a question about that. So, what was the inspiration for this? And before
For
we
what?
wrap it up, for inspiring to talk about this to our audience.
Honestly, because I don't see it anywhere else. And that's a lot of the inspiration behind a lot of what I do. Is there are people who are like, I hear people say this costs this much, or here's one grocery haul, and it's so out of context that it makes it tough to decide how useful that information is for me, right?
Mhm.
And the best way I could come up with to explain, like, here's how you use that information and apply it to your situation to see if it's useful or not, see
Mhm.
what it can reveal for you, is to show people how we did it. Like, we're literally taking you through this process with us. Like, we're going to take you through the process of working with a builder. We're going to take you through the process of getting dual citizenship. We're going to take you through the process of signing your kid up for school, all of these different things, because having that firsthand experience is unmatched, and getting bits and pieces here and there is great, but I am a researcher. I love putting it all together and figuring out what story it's telling me, and
Mhm.
I hope we can help other people do the same thing.
Yeah. Can you name the software, the budget software they use so people just in case people missed it from the beginning?
For sure. It's called ynab.com, or You Need a Budget. It is a subscription. You pay an annual fee and you connect it to all of your accounts that you want it to track for you. And it is extremely detailed in what it can report out for you. It can help you plan ahead, which it's actually what I've used to get out of debt before I met Danny.
Mhm.
And it's really, really great tool if you can, dedicate the money and the time to use it. And it's been life changing for me personally.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I
Not
just want
sponsored,
not
by the way.
sponsored, not sponsored, not sponsored. But yeah, just want to say thanks to everyone for listening and also watching our the latest episode. Make sure to subscribe. We're almost to 800 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000. We need your help. We need your support. Let's make it happen. All right. Anything else, Ree?
That's it. Go easy on me in the comments, y'all. I know California is more expensive than a lot of other
Yeah,
places, but
yeah. We know that. We know that. We know that.
we know. But you got to look at what's going on before you can address the situation. And this was our snapshot that we used to make our life changing decisions. So
Agreed.
be gentle.
All right. Well, everyone. Until next time. We're out. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.